Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am here live with my co host Dave Bergio from Mindset Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I know that my team, we're working today, even though it's a federal or national holiday. And these are great days that you can kind of catch up on a good amount. So never a bad idea if you can catch up, make some ground, and kind of get ahead of competition, right? So, Dave, what do you got going on? I want to talk a little bit about change and focus, right, today.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm with you on that. I mean, yeah, it's a federal holiday, but we're still plugging away too and trying to keep that momentum stream going. Not laying off the gas and just staying focused, bro.
Yeah. So, one of the things I want to talk about, like change is inevitable, right? Things are always going to change. Things are always dynamic. Some situations are more dynamic than others. There's no doubt about that. But I think a big part of how successful you wind up becoming and how much you accomplish has to do with how you react to change. Okay, how you handle that. For a very long time, I was not good at handling or dealing with change. I still don't think I'm the best at it. But knowing that it's going to happen and knowing that there's nothing that you can do about it but go with the flow and kind of put yourself in the best position possible. Um, that's kind of helped a little bit, because it you're not fighting it, right? If you can't control it, why would you fight it, right? So at the end of the day, you're more tuned into, all right, well, if this is happening, what is the best move I can make from here? Okay. And I think once you get in that mindset, it frees you up a little bit to start focusing on solutions and how to make situations benefit you, as opposed to being so worried about the situation that's taking place that you don't react to it properly. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, man. It goes back to, and I think you and I talked about it recently. It's that 5 rule. You know what I mean? Like if it's not going to matter in 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 weeks, like move on quickly. And
Yeah.
I think one of the most important things when change happens, look, we're creatures of habit, man. So it's like if we're creating that habit every day, take 75 hard stuff, for example. I don't want to beat that, with a dead horse, but if you have your day structured, and I know you're very good at this too, time blocking, right? The moment that there's something that happens that throws a wrench in it, it will it will throw you off. It's uncomfortable, creates an uncomfortable situation right away. Oh shit, man, like what happened? Now I have this I got to deal with. Do I do it now? Do I do it later? But I think the most important thing is just step back, take a deep breath, and think it out. We react without thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, step back, take a look at the whole picture, and think it through. I'm terrible at that, man. Like, if something happens to me, like there's times I think the whole freaking world's gonna end. And I'm like, yo, dude, just slow it down for a minute. And Brad's really good at like reeling people back in. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
sit down, take a look, write it out. Is it going to matter? And it goes back to that 5 minute rule too. And it's like, yeah, man, you know what? Like, it's not going to matter. Okay, let's make this change. How do we adapt to that change and move forward? People don't think like that's the clear thing about it is that's
Or
the
they
time
panic.
you're thinking.
Or they panic,
Yep.
which is normal. It's the part. The thing is, though, and what people don't realize is you can train yourself, right? These are things that you can train or coach out of yourself. It's why we're going over it, right? Because if you can identify when you get in certain patterns, so if you can identify these little triggers, right? It helps. I'll give you an example, and I just got done with phase one of 75 hard. Okay, this was the first weekend. I think I was done Thursday or Friday. This is the first weekend I had to myself. I did have one drink across the 2 days. Not even enough to. I think I had like two martinis at dinner. We went out for date night. Didn't I? Didn't miss it, didn't love it. It was just, it was what, it was cool, But I will say that the change in my eating habits over the weekend um, definitely set me back because I was almost back to my starting weight just from a couple of little things. And I still got my workouts in, which was incredible, But the point is, I went back to see, what type of you always want to test your self-control, right? Test how quickly you can go back to an old habit and then snap right back out of it. Well, I snapped back out of it, but the damage was done. Like I do not, me eating processed food is not good. Like I put on a ton of weight. But that's something that, hey, change is happening. It's how you react to it, right? So now I am back on schedule, just doing my workout a day, the visualization, the reading, all that stuff that those little habits really drive the quality of your life, right? Because those are the little things that you can control versus focusing on all these other items that you really have no control over. That makes sense, Dave?
Yeah, things are always going to change, always going to adapt. They're going to move forward. It's time. Time isn't going to stop. And one of the biggest realities, and I don't want this to sound a little morbid or whatever, but one of the biggest realities that I got of that change, and this is how over the last couple of years I've gotten better at focusing on the change and not losing your shit per se. After my mom passed away 3 years ago, the first time I went to her house, and it was almost like time stood still, but then the phone rang. And then, like, the moment that phone rang and the voicemail, like, I heard it on the voicemail. My mom's old school, still got an answering machine and shit. That's public. So I heard it, and I'm like, damn, dude, like, time doesn't stop. Like, they made that call for a reason. Like, it's still gonna go. That's a change. Everything is moving, even though everything else here, it seems like it stood still. So like that event for me alone, kind of kicks you in the ass a little bit to keep it going, man. Like, shit's gonna happen, it's gonna change. You got to keep going. You got to keep adapting.
Yeah, 100%, man. I love it. I think we're gonna wrap with that, guys. Crush it today, okay? If this helped you, share it with someone that needs to hear it. We appreciate you guys. Dave, thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you guys on Financial Fitness Friday.
Be great, y'all.